Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is currently 6:54 AM and I am on my way to the yard. We are having a spring clean today and I'm going to take you with me. There is a very interesting topic behind it. So it's not just that we are going to be doing a great job mucking out today. It is that we are going to be having a visit from Equine Bio Genie, the elite spring cleaning. This is not just any spring cleaning. It's not even spring anymore. It's probably meant to be summer here, but it is still cold. So we have a lot of horses changing over at the moment. We've had quite a few go home. We've had a couple of new ones arrive. We've got a new one arriving today. So it's a great time and a great chance to clear through all the stables, make sure we're pulling all the bedding away from the walls and disinfecting as much as we possibly can. So Equine Bio Genie offer an amazing service. They come out to your yard and they will disinfect everything, and it is 100% safe for your horses. The product that they use, it degrades to water and oxygen. Having done its job, it's sprayed on the wall, kills what it needs to kill, and then it disappears essentially. And that means that then there's no residue left. So if your horse was to lick the walls, no harm is going to come of your horse. This is the product that we can put into their water. In fact, they have a water treatment product. So here we go. I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to show you what we're getting up to. But this is something that is really important and something that we all need to be paying more attention to. And especially if you travel to shows or you're going out to clinics or you go to a stay away camp or anything like that, the products that Equine Bio Genie offer are relevant to you. So stay tuned. I'll take you with me and yeah, let's go spring clean. So we are currently getting all of the stables prepared. That's one of the first jobs today. I'll show you what we're how we're preparing them. So we're not washing anything today, which is a lovely thing, that you can disinfect everything without washing anything. Sorry about that noise. So this is what we are doing to each stable. Hopefully the daylight's going to come through. So we are pulling everything away from the walls, clean pile of bedding in the middle, and then we're going to be able to disinfect the whole stable. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. So the way that the BioGenie works is it kills all bacteria, all viruses, all fungal things, all airborne spore-based bacterias, that sort of thing. So what we're doing is we are preventing the spread, the build-up of all of these different nasty bacteria, funguses, bacterial viruses, all of these things that horses and the horsey environment do contain. And it's really important, you know, like you can take responsibility for this on your own yard. If you've got your horse in a livery yard, you can literally get yourself a bottle like this and you can just spray wherever you need to. They also do bigger bottles, you know, pump action. And then between travel, when you go and you go to a friend's yard and their horse goes in your horse box, you can disinfect. It is totally safe, it is very affordable, and yeah, we're very lucky to be working with them. So I am gifted this treatment today in return for me telling you guys about it. So that is why we get to do that. And it's, yeah, if I wasn't being gifted it, I'd be doing it anyway because it is incredibly important. So we're going to be turning some horses out, catching some horses in, moving horses around basically now, and getting ready so that we've got all of the stables, as many stables as we can, empty. We've got a lot of horses going out overnight at the moment, which is so nice for them. I really like that they get to be out more than in. It's nice. We've got a lot of grass, we've got a lot of space, so we get to do that. They'll go out in pairs and it's really cool. So yeah, so we're going to start moving some horses around. The girls are on it with the mucking out. I'm going to do some mucking out now. And yeah, that's the morning's plan. So now I'm going to make a pile of bedding into the middle, like a bit of a bed just in the middle, so all the edges are left so that the Genie guys can get to all the walls and down to the floor, because well, that's the bit that never really, like, we do this all the time, but we don't really, and you know, it's only ammonia actually what is going on the floor, as in from the urine, but the walls, you know, it's a bit harder, so we do pull the bedding away from the walls all the time. But it's something that I wanted to do to really treat down to the ground, because that's where nasty things can live, in corners and cracks and that sort of thing. So yeah, right. So, as with many of these videos, I am turning Dee Dee out again. So, Dee Dee is just turned 4 and she's done lovely work. She has jumped a little jump, as you saw, and since that last video she's actually been on holiday, but she's just been going out in the field every day with Blondie. But I don't need her to just be in a stable being mucked out, all the rest of it, every day. I need her to be out all the time. So today I am putting her back in the field. So we're really lucky here. We have fields on this side of the road where the yard is, and then we have fields on, like, just over the road where Mo and Indy are. Right, I need to go and concentrate on what I'm doing for a moment, because I've got to walk between a load of horses and Dee Dee might be a bit upset by that. My goodness me, look at the cow parsley down here, guys. Jesus. Need to get a hedge cutter down here. Fantastic. Why does she always do that? Dee Dee, really? Thank God she's got a brain at least. Jesus Christ, she's mad. Jesus Christ. I mean, they look good, those two, though. Dee Dee! Wow, you don't trot like that when I ride you. Absolutely brainless thing. Goodness me, thoroughbreds are quite different, aren't they? What is she doing?
Look at Indy.
Yeah, look at Indy! Everybody wanted an Indy update. There you go. She actually moves, I mean, that's a bit weird in the shoulder. Are you gonna trot again? It's always on the downhill that I think Indy looks the worst. She looks pretty good at cantering downhill. Gosh. Oh, Indy. Oh. Oh God, still going. Absolutely brainless. Press when they are galloping down a hill like that. Maggie just swore on the vlog. Just swore on the vlog. Meg swearing about them galloping down a hill. I mean, it's a swearable offence, to be fair. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. When they're like, I mean, she does at least look like she has a brain when she does it, and she like gallops, and then she does like back herself off. But I could really do without any more injuries there, Dee Dee. So anyway, all's well that ends well. So Dee Dee will now actually stay out for quite a long time. I don't plan to do very much with her in her 4-year-old year at all. She's just too big. I mean, she's just too young, and I want her to really mature. She's done some good work and I am happy with what she has learnt, apart from the fact she looks like she's never been in the field. So yeah, now she'll have a holiday, and then she will come back into work maybe end of the summer. So you have a good few months out to do whatever she needs to be doing, and that's that basically. I think it's really important the young horses get holidays. Oh good, they are now eating. Much more sensible. So another thing that we are going to be cleaning is our miraculous hay gain foragers that we love very dearly. So these are a pretty remarkable bit of kit. So what they do is they're very big, and they contain, I think, up to 13 kilos of hay, which is an adult horse's daily recommended amount, basically, depending on their depending on their weight, but that is the general consensus, that they contain enough for an adult horse to eat through 12 hours or 24 hours. Don't quote me on that. I need to go and look that up. So I've just taken the top off, which holds it all in, so you can then take these individual parts out, and then we're going to be able to give them a little wash, and then we'll be able to disinfect them when Genie arrive. They're very transportable. You can move them around. We put sand in them, so we've got sand in the base to hold them still. But as you can see, it's got a bit grubby around the bottom, so we're just going to give it a little wash, and then Genie will disinfect them, and they'll all be safe and ready to go. So, yeah, I think I might just be getting a delivery. Hang on. So we are going to wash all of these bits. These guys are picking up all the rugs so that we're clear. And I've just let them in the gates. We've got spraying equipment in here. This is the mister, right?
Yeah.
So it sprays a fine mist over.
Fine mist, yeah. And then it literally obliterates anything that it lands on. So whether it's air or surface or in the water, food safe. So there's no concern about spraying around hay or buckets and water drinkers, etc.
Perfect.
As soon as it lands on the surface, it'll obliterate the microorganisms and simply degrade to oxygen and water.
Amazing. So that means that the horses can go straight back in safely, and that's the whole thing.
No residue, no downtime after the application. You'll probably remember from COVID times, if somebody walked into a pub and spread a virus, they'd have to close the pub down for like 72 hours. And that was a government directive, but predominantly it was because the amount of toxic products that were used when they were doing all the disinfecting.
Oh, really?
As soon as the horse comes out, we spray, they can go straight back in.
Yeah, perfect. What are we protecting our horses from today when we're treating the stables?
Well, certainly in a stable environment, any stable environment, there's going to be a certain amount of fungal spores that build up. Bacteria loves dark, moist environments. That's where it really builds up. So what we do as a part of our service and maintenance, we come in with our product and we keep that pathogenic load right down.
Okay.
As a consequence of the bacteria enjoying that environment, what will happen is fungal spores will build up, the horse will ingest it into the system, and then we can start seeing issues.
Okay.
So a horse, for example, might live quite happily to a degree in an environment where there is bacteria right up until the point that they become immunosuppressed. So if they're a little bit run down, if they're really tired, if they've been working really hard, as soon as they become in an environment where the bacteria is and they are a bit of low mood, that's when you can start having issues.
So like, for example, when you go to a show and your horse is tired and they go into a stable at a show that hasn't been treated and they're tired from the travel, that would be when they are more susceptible to picking up something that maybe a fit, strong, healthy horse that hadn't travelled for 4 hours would just wouldn't notice.
It's a classic example. So taking them from one environment, moving them to another one, there's a high possibility of transmission of pathogens.
Got it.
Particularly on things like transport and moving from one stable to another. It's one of the reasons where a lot of the clients that we work with, so we were up at Belsay earlier this week, for example, and we were treating those temporary stables ahead of people arriving for competition. We'll do the same at Bramham on Monday of next week. So there's about 250 stables there, so we'll go and treat that. So when as people arrive, they'll be doing so into a virus-free environment.
Amazing, really good. So in stables like this, we'll be looking, and this is the reason why I've pulled the bedding away, so we can get right down to the floor level, making sure we're getting into all the corners, and then things like the salt lick, you can spray the salt lick, no harm to the horse at all. The horse could come straight back in, lick the salt lick.
Understandably, people would question, why are we spraying a disinfectant around food? It's food safe. It's an operating theatre grade biocide. It's medical and veterinary grade. So we can spray around food, water, hay, simply degrades to oxygen and water, no chemical residue. no harmful elements in there for the horse.
No chemical residue, that is huge. So the product goes on clear, but what we're seeing here is what, David?
Oh yeah, it's basically when the product comes into contact with high cellular activity, essentially living bacteria, then it goes white. So it can look a bit theatrical, a bit dramatic. Essentially, it's just the product doing its things and eating away at those microorganisms that are on the surface.
And you notice how, look, it's much more where the horse has been eating hay, standing at the front, sneezing, that sort of thing. You can literally see like a patch where they sneeze like that.
Absolutely.
So that is why it's such an interesting product to use, because you can really see it doing its job. Here we are. Everything has been washed, disinfected, ready to be put back together. Looks like quite a lot now, doesn't it? Look at all of those. It's only 3. Anyway, so everything has been disinfected. The walker was done. I don't think we maybe got any footage of that. I had to go and work some horses while they were doing it. But the walker would have been disinfected. So everything is now safe, and the horse can go straight back in their stables, which for me is one of the best benefits. You know, normally when you do a spring clean, the entire yard is soaking, everything is completely covered. Whereas now, horses back in stables straight away. Perfect. Much easier. And it took an hour and a half to treat the whole yard. So that is that done. And the interesting thing is, you know, like the hay gain and the walls and everything, nothing is wet, nothing is, you know, there's no like big puddles anywhere, but everything is disinfected. And it's the best thing, because it means that you can just carry on. You know, normally spring cleaning day, when you jet wash everything and everything like that, is a really, really big job, whereas we managed to do everything that we needed to do today and do that job this morning, which is great. It's just peace of mind for someone like myself who has a lot of turnover of horses. You know, we have horses coming and going, and sometimes they're here for 8 weeks and then they leave and then we get a new one, and it's important that we keep on top of this sort of thing. Genie also do this great product called Thrush Away, which is the same bacterial action but in a hoof spray, and that means that then you get the opportunity to, as it says, kill the thrush in the feet and keep their feet really hard and really healthy, but without damaging the tissue. It's all of this, you know, killing the bad stuff, keeping the good stuff kind of situation. And that's what we need around the horses. It's all well and good, you know, using disinfectant and making sure that everything is disinfected, but if it leaves residue, if it then means the horses can't go back in the stables, or you have to be very careful, you know, there's another product on the market, and it is acid. It is literally acid with food colouring in it, and it kills things, but it also degrades things like tissue, and if you use it on your tack, it will kill your tack, whereas this stuff is completely safe. I didn't get any footage, but they treated our whole tack room. Every bridle was sprayed today, and you'd never know because it degrades to water and oxygen. So it's clever stuff, and I'm very grateful of the support of these guys, and it is a really important topic, especially if you're heading out to shows or you're on a livery yard and there's lots of movement, or you are, you know, taking your horse anywhere for training, using transport, anything like that. You guys can keep your horses safer than you currently are. Things like ringworms, strangles, staphylococcus, fungal spores, all of these things can cause problems in everyday horses. Breathing problems, skin irritations, bacteria in their feet, all of these sort of things. It is so important, and it's so easy, and that's the best thing. The Equine Genie are making things so accessible for everybody that we really have no excuse not to be doing it. So I hope you found this video interesting. I do have a discount code for you guys, so you can go on their website and you can do some shopping. I hope you thought this was interesting and fun and a good thing to be doing. I feel real peace of mind knowing that I have the Equine Genie team on my side. I will see you guys for next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now. Hello? Hello? That's Blondie, and that is Zora. How nice is this? little bonus moment for you all. Are you okay? Hello? Yeah, do you want some banana? So, as you guys know, Zora broke her splint bone in February. And so, here she is. You're looking a bit fat, girl, aren't you? That's why you've got your muzzle on. But, this is the first time back in the big field, isn't it? You're doing really good. You're being a good girl and being sensible. Yeah. But as you guys saw in my last video, Zora broke her splint bone in February. So she's actually still wearing some exercise bandages while she's out. But she's back in freedom, which is so, so nice to see. So happy for her. So hopefully next few videos might be about Zora and her rehab. I'm going to be filming a lot actually for my patron community, so if you are interested in learning a bit more about how I train the horses, then you can see that there. Right, I've got to go onto a main road now, so I am actually going to go this time. Bye guys, thanks for watching.